as well.
Oh, you're not watching that. You're not watching that. Are you reliving Boise's bets or something like that? Are you? Yeah.
Oh no! Tonight it was Rodney goes on his own tonight. It's hilarious. It's the funniest program of all time, bar none.
All right.
So no,
there you go. I was watching your scripts and views because you're giving it away that this is actually scripted. There you go. Mark Kerr saying even all. I love. You're giving away trade secrets, you know.
Oh no!
Next thing you know, the executive producer will be walking in behind me or something like that. There, or the makeup girl will be powdering your face when you're off camera. Oh, we can but wish even all. Very hello, whoever's tuned in. Mark, you're first tonight. Congratulations, you're first. William, you were second tonight.
William's in second.
Michael Matthews, you're third. And Patrick Mulcahy is fourth. There you go. We've got titanium, gold, bronze, and silver there tonight, gentlemen. just for you. Just for you guys. Just for you.
Well, you busy today?
Pretty good day today. Shall I hit the theme tune already tonight? Shall I?
I hit it. Get it going.
Hold on, I better hit it. I better hit it. Here we go. Because if we don't hit it, then I clip it out at the start. Here we go. Whoa, there you go. Lovely stuff.
Yeah.
There's Geordie Burke in Canada has been in touch as well. And Peter Stewart as well. Good evening. And Darren Barney Milligan, hello to you as well.
Hello, everybody. How are we tonight?
Yeah. Good.
Tonight we have the news. Then we had to catch up with Carl. Instead of him coming on live, we had to do a wee recording with him for our auction roundup because he's had an emergency drinking session to go to again tonight. It's his birthday. So happy birthday, Carl. Yay! It's his 45th birthday today.
Is it 45th? Did I tell you I was down south during the week, Marty? And I went into the Man of War pub and it says, do you have a booking? And I says, no, but sure there's nobody in. There's like two couples. And it says, do you have your vaccination cards with you? And I says, what for? And then you need a vaccination card to go and have dinner in a pub in the Republic of Ireland. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can. Because you told me during the week you were.
I know. I was ranting. You know. Listen, they didn't ask to see my vaccination card when I went into a hospital, did they? They didn't. No. So, you know. I don't know.
That's it, buddy. But no,
don't get me started. Well, better say hello to Mark Diamond, Linda Cox, Thomas Jones. Good evening to you, Thomas. Shane Foley as well. And what's Geordie Burke saying? He's saying happy birthday, Dale McDonald, Pie Canada, the Big 5-0. There
happy
you go,
birthday.
Dale. If you're watching
Dale.
in Prince Edward Island, Canada, you're the Big 5-0.
It's a good job you told me what PEI was because I was sitting going, should I know that? But no, Prince Edward Island. Good man, happy birthday.
It's Prince Edward. It's where all the bears are, I think.
Oh God.
It is.
Go and get munched. Do you remember a few years ago there was a guy in, I think it was Canada, who said that he could live with the bears in perfect harmony with the bears. And he was standing about the river beside the bears and all. He was talking about how wonderful they were being at one with nature. And then surprise, surprise, one of them bears got hungry. Munchy, munchy, munchy. He found all he found was the bits. Surprise, surprise. Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
There is, Peter said, use half card to get into pubs and restaurants down south. Yes, you do.
Aye, well.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. It all changes here on the 4th of October. Hopefully, we'll think.
Yeah. Well, saying that, I'm away. I'm away on the 4th. No, 5th I go away. I'm over.
You're over seeing Nicola. You're seeing Nicola.
If Nicola lets us into the Caledonia, but I'm coming back next Saturday, so I'm working way over work in Scotland.
Be back in time.
So
what's first tonight then, Marty?
Well, first up this week, it has to be just the sheer amount of new releases that's coming out. It's kind of hard to keep up with the there's lots of sort of limited editions, special releases, blah blah blah, all this kind of thing coming out. Middleton 2021 the sort of second batch of that, if you like. I don't think it's all the same batch, but the second sort of tranche of it was released yesterday. Some places charging £250 a bottle for that now. So as that was released, you'll expect hundreds of them in the auction site next week. It's just that Middleton goes crazy. Dunvilles released a new single cast 1206 to James Fox. It's Paulo Cortado finished. It's on pre-order at €288, 320 when it's released. So it's released as a pre-order. Dingle single malt batch 6. That's the final single batch that they're going to do. So that'd be a nice wee collection for people if they want to get that. It's £60 or €60. Fully matured in a tawny port. Teeling Renaissance number 4, €140, 18-year-old single malt. Comes with a very nice package. That's probably a very reasonably priced, a good price, 18-year-old single malt. The Redbreast, the PX, €80 bourbon cask, then Oloroso, finished in Pedro Jimenez hogshead. It's a pot still. You have for Cullen 5 Elements, 20-year-old. Oloroso PX Marsala Muscatel finished, £190. Liberator bottles, Irish American, 19-year-old Founders Reserve, £215 a bottle. So there's loads and loads and loads of these, and it's kind of hard to keep track. I mean, last week we had the Bushmills Causeway Coast collection, we had the Method and Madness.
Hard to keep up with it, isn't it? Very hard to keep up with it. You have to sort of decide which brand you're going with and stick with it, don't you?
You do. You do kind of have to just put your head. People are now going to have to just put their flag in the ground as such to say, well, I can't, because it's just impossible. Unless you've got extremely deep pockets, you're not going to be able to sort of keep up with lots of the new releases. It's coming up to Christmas. Lots of people are getting stuff released and so on and so forth. But expect more of them. Expect more of this to be coming along, I would have thought.
There's Peter Stewart saying Dingle released batch 6 in 2 strengths. What's that, Marty?
Yeah, well, what
is it? Yeah.
No, well, what Dingle have always do is they do a cask strength version, which is the really collectible one, really. And then they do the ordinary release. I say ordinary release, it's the batch ones. So they've always released these sort of cask strength ones and an ordinary strength one. Yeah, I'll say ordinary strength. I think it's 46%, 46, maybe 46.5%, I think, possibly. But yeah, and that Dingle batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a nice little collection if you have them, and it certainly will go up in society, up in value.
There's the Belgians watching us tonight. The Whiskey Lover Society greetings from Belgium. Shall I say bonsoir, Jury Belgique? There we go. I always wanted to say that. There you go.
Brilliant. Now, as I say, I see John is saying about a Blue Spot second bottling. I don't know. I've no idea. I would imagine it'll be coming at some point. I would imagine before Christmas. Who knows? There's just this sort of slew of new releases, and it's kind of hard to keep up with all the ones that are coming, So,
and John Dunn's very good, and he's very, very, very switched on. He was asking questions about. We asked last week, suggestions for the show. So he came up with this. I don't know whether you've seen this or not, which was one of them was a chat with Conor McGregor. Right?
I don't think me and Conor would go on that well, if I'm totally honest. That would be a virtual one. Well, saying that, you can't knock a drunk man and pinching her off a chill.
Yeah, that's what he said. A chat with Conor McGregor. But there was another good one there that came in there. It was actually your favourite whiskies, Marty's favourite whiskies. That was another one that we could do. Marty's favourite whiskies of the year, which was a good idea to do your favourite whiskies of the year. Because,
we'll do that heading towards Christmas, heading towards the New Year.
Yeah, and
'cause
then they want me to do more cocktails as well. Yeah,
I think so. I think
yeah.
you should contribute more to content. You should be doing the cocktails. You be
I'd
shaking.
be I'd be blootered. I'd be blootered. It'd be like would get more women to join in. Then I could get up in the bar and shake it and then pour it down their throats and stuff like that. There, and
What's
then
that? Coyote Ugly.
yeah, ugly coyote. More like it. Glassware was one he suggested.
Yeah,
More about the festivals as well, actually. And well, yeah, and he wants to talk about the oranges. We could do that at Christmas. We could do. It's not Terry's, it's mine. It's Haig and Jameson's.
I have a bottle of that Haig orange stuff there. It's not great. No, it's not particularly nice. And you know what it tastes a little bit. Do you remember whenever you're a kid, you used to get those orange vitamins, the Halib orange?
Oh yeah, they were quite nice.
The sort of sugary orangey thing. They're a bit sickeningly sweet. They're like a Skittle that's supposed to be healthy for you. A healthy Skittle. But that was it. Yeah.
I know.
But we have a wee advert for the Dunvilles James Fox one.
Oh yes. Well, better give it an idea. Here we go. Now, tell me how that one works, because I thought it was on sale already, but it's discounted for pre-orders or something.
Yeah,
like that,
it's on pre-order at the minute. I think it's still on pre-order at the minute. It's limited edition. It'll be like all the rest of the Dunvilles. It'll be superb, top quality, fantastic whiskey. Just the stuff that those guys are bringing out is just second to none. And it's the casks. I mean, they buy in good spirit. We know roughly where they're getting it. I'm sure it's not hard to figure out sometimes. But what they're doing is the cask finishing. They must spend a fortune on their casks. That one is €288 on pre-order, and if you leave it till it comes out, it's 320. Yeah, not cheap, but it will be fantastic whiskey. So if you want to treat yourself coming up to Christmas, it'll be a good one to do.
It's dead easy. You just go to the website there that was in the back end of the video, so very easy to find, and I'm sure they deliver to the north as well.
Oh yeah, that's as far as I know they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, but as I say, it'll be typical Dunville stuff. Just there's Jarlath in the house. Yeah,
Jarlath. Good evening. Yes. Oh, yeah. He's noticed we've played this advert. There you go. I like that.
No, but like as the casks that those guys are buying are that they must spend a fortune on them because they're just magnificent. But everybody knows this. If you've never got one of the Dunvilles single casks, you really are missing something special. They're just awesome. I was really swearing there, Justin. Whenever we were doing an interview with Carl the other day.
We'll have to beat this out as we go along. There's Peter Stewart saying he visited his daughter in Dublin this morning and picked up the Waterford Cuvée Barrel Club. Oh, you tell me sod, you tell me sod.
I really have to get the Cuvée, but I'm limiting my spending just at the minute. Well, I say limiting it. But I will have to get the Cuvée. But I'm away basically for the next 2 weeks working, so.
Hey, there's somebody else is away over across the water. James and Maura Doherty, evening lads from the Whiskey Show in Londinium.
Oh, listen, the jet set is in with us tonight. James, very best of luck to you, my friend, and more part of your wee wheel.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Where's the Whiskey Show taking place in Londinium, Marty? Is it Excel, is it?
No, it's I heard this the other day. Well, I can't remember. It's in North London somewhere.
Islington, is it in the Islington Exhibition Centre? Is it somewhere like that? Maybe I'll have a look at it.
I can't remember where it is, but yeah.
Right, there you go.
Next up, Diageo. Diageo have or are going
This
to
is some
release.
collection. This is some
Yeah.
collection. This.
This is another one of these sort of weird sort of things.
We did put it full screen because there's half a dozen or so bottles in this.
There's 8 bottles, and it's the Legends Untold, and it's 8 bottles that's going to be an augmented reality experience. Now, I've been on Whiskey Minis a night where I've had an augmented reality, but this is more your domain rather than mine. It's revealing untold stories of the distilleries in a unique and enchanting way. So you have a wee video to play.
Oh yes. We'll hit this.
Be transported to another world, where tales of mythical beasts and imaginary worlds echo across the mountains and down to the loch's edge. Pour yourself a dram, let the untold be told, and your legendary tasting journey begin. The Legends Untold collection. Join the journey.
As you well know, I'm a sucker for a gimmick. I love a gimmick.
That's like pop-up books for adults. That's what that's like. Pop-up books for adults. Yeah.
But I thought whenever they said an augmented reality on the whiskey, yeah, you don't mean upside down in a bin thinking you're having a good time. You know, that's not that. It's that QR code, and then it brings up this, tells a story, and you have your whiskey with it. So there is Lagavulin, Dufftown, Mortlach, Talisker, Royal Lochnagar. There's 2 Lagavulins there, including one which I'm sure sounds rather quite tasty. It's a 26-year-old finished in first fill PX and all the Rosso casks, which I wasn't a big fan of the Lefroy peated finished in the PX cask because I didn't like it at all. But that Lagavulin one might be well worth having a look at. But it's another one of these collections that you can buy into and have a look at and tells you the story, and it's a nice thing. Like, it's nice.
Yeah, it's well thought out. The marketing people have got together with the product people, and that's 8 beautiful looking bottles to my mind. You know, straight off there.
The thing is, it's going to be. Everybody knows that people are collecting whiskey because there's a return of it on it later on. So they're wanting to cater to that. But if you can buy into it, they're also wanting you to open it and experience it and all that kind of stuff, and experience it in this sort of virtual way. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I thought it was. I like a gimmick, if I'm totally honest. So
it is good. So we're coming up in 20 minutes in already. Remember to comment, like, and share. Hit subscribe, especially on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube and comment on YouTube, because we're nearly at the 400 mark, and a big milestone for us on YouTube. When we hit the 500 mark, we're 6 shy of the 400 mark, but I'd like to get to the 500 mark by 2022 if we ever make it there.
Yeah,
you know.
Now, next up is Paddy Whiskey owner Sazerac is looking for a new location for the brand. Now, Sazerac, as I'm sure you're aware, maybe not aware, because they're one of these ones that own hundreds of brands of stuff. You know, they own Buffalo Trace and they own, I think it's 300 and 400 brands or something. And what they did was they bought Paddy from Irish Distillers for around, I think they paid 90 million or something for it. Rumoured they paid 90 million for it.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned this before, and I thought, gosh, that's a pretty big brand to let go, you know?
Yeah, well, it's one of those ones that the Irish Distillers probably thought, well, it's not really the market they're wanting to go in. The Irish Distillers are sort of wanting to go for the more premium range. That's where they sort of position themselves. Obviously, Jameson is the stalwart, the engine of Irish whiskey, to be quite honest. But Paddy, they probably thought it's not necessarily fitting into what we want to be moving forward. But it's supposedly the 4th biggest selling Irish whiskey, and it's owned by this big multinational conglomerate, really. But they don't have their own distillery. It's distilled, as part of the contract was that it's distilled at Irish distillers. Now, rumour has it, and this story popped up in the Irish Independent. That's where I got the story from. And it suggested that they either want to build, buy, or go into a partnership with a medium to large size distillery to produce paddy. So it'd be interesting because there's some of the newer distilleries that have plenty of capacity, and getting someone like Sazerac on board to just say, right, okay, we'll come in with you, and it could be very, very mutually beneficial to some of the newer guys in Ireland. Who knows where it'll go? But we were talking to Darrell McNally there a couple of weeks ago. He was telling us about his tie up with Whistlepig. There could be a bit of movement. Would be interesting to see where it goes.
The game's afoot, Watson.
Oh,
yes.
Well, the thing is, if they're looking at a new site for a distillery, there's a place just down here, down at the seafront, perfect for it. Down here in Glenarm, you could get paddy. Yeah.
There's Stephen Quinn. He doesn't have good things to say. Bought paddy for £12.50 on Amazon. A waste of £12.50. Come on now, it's not that bad. They used to do lovely little wee glasses. I have a couple of them somewhere. The wee paddy glasses.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, it could be worse, Stephen. You could have spent well over twice that and bought Pro over 12, and that would have been a huge waste of money. Sorry, Connor.
It was him that said it.
Michael Matthews say there was a long list to take your hand off for a partnership. I would imagine it'd be mutually beneficial to people. A huge multinational come on board for some of the newer distilleries. Who knows? But it'll be interesting to see. As I say, I read it in one of the papers. I thought it was interesting. So if Charlie's watching, you could see him maybe nudging Shane. Shane, listen. Happy days.
Hold on. It's time to get the violins out.
Wait. What's up? Oh, the next story. Yes. I thought somebody had died or something.
No.
No. This came up on Lefroy's distillery manager John Campbell posted this on Twitter the other day. He's announced that he's stepping down after 25 years as the manager of Lefroy. He posted this up as a sort of 3-page letter. That he's stepping down. It's not an easy decision. He just says that he wants to be closer to his family on the mainland, which after 25 years, you thought they might have moved over to be with him, but maybe not. He doesn't say that he's going anywhere, but I can imagine he probably will not be short of offers, I wouldn't have thought. Lefroy, for anyone who doesn't know anything about Lefroy, you've never tried Lefroy, there's really nothing else like it. It's an amazing brand of whiskey. It occupies a space in the whiskey world that's not really filled by anything else. And lots and
Why
lots
does
and lots
nobody
of people
try to move into the market and get that definitive taste themselves? Why do they not try and move in there?
Well, Ardbeg sort of, because they don't want to be the same. It's a bit like Pepsi and Coke. There's this idea that Pepsi don't know how to make Coke. Of course they know how to make Coke. They just want it to be different, to stand alone. But Lefroy is superb. It just tastes like a bonfire in your mouth. Lovely stuff. So that is. But no, best of luck to him. That's good for him. Now, always like an environmental story, a good one. And this is interesting because I'd love to get speaking to these people. SEM is a waste management consultant product. What they've announced this week is that they're going to use whiskey waste products to extract rare metals from electronics. Now, the UK produces the second highest amount of electronic waste in the world, right? It's something like 30 kilos per person per year. It's a huge amount.
Who's first, Japan or America?
I would imagine the Americans.
Okay.
Right? And this is a collaboration of a few companies and the University of Edinburgh. And what happens is normally this stuff gets shipped to China to get reprocessed. and they have to use solvents and stuff and chemicals. It's quite labour. It's energy demanding as well as sort of not environmentally friendly. But what they've done is they use the waste products of whiskey to biologically get bacteria, which then acts as a biological filter to take out the rare metals. So it takes out silver, gold, copper, all of that. And then it goes through this filtration system called the DRAM. Again, I'm not. I don't know.
It's a fancy acronym for whiskey. Drawn out the rare, drawn rare aluminium metals,
management,
something
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Lovely.
Now, apparently, what it does, this is what they could say: it captures metals as nanoparticles by microbes, which are then purified for reuse, and the final effluent can be discharged into the environment. So whiskey is growing bacteria which can munch gold and silver. There's nothing whiskey can't do, Justin. It's just amazing. It is just amazing, and I salute them. You know,
it is. Here, listen, we've got a lot to fit in tonight because we have a tasting of the Moffat as well to do tonight after we talk to Carl from the Whiskey Companion. Yes,
we do. So get Carl on. Carl's probably lying with his heels up at the minute. His wee belly stuffed. Oh God!
There's two of me. Look, there's two of me.
Oh no!
I've cloned myself. I've cloned myself.
It's like a nightmare.
Here, there's Mark Curse's whiskey's the new oil.
There's nothing I can't do.
There's nothing I can't.
Two Justins in the world. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because two of you as well. Look, you've even got your hat in the same position too. You look like Eric Markham or something like that. There.
I do apologise for swearing in the middle of this. It sort of slipped out.
I know. Remember to comment, like, and share wherever you're watching. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on LinkedIn. Follow us on Instagram as well. It's repeated tomorrow on Instagram. And you can get us wherever you get your podcast from, or you can go directly to Anchor and get us there. You can even ask your smart speaker to play Irish Whiskey Review Podcast, and it'll play it. Take it away, Sam. Card from the Whiskey Companion joins us now, Marty.
Yes. You know why he's joining us on recorded? Because by now, on the live show, Carl will be half-winged. Because it's his birthday. Congratulations, happy birthday, Carl. Yay!
Thanks very much, lads. Yes.
Cheers, bye.
I don't know what you're celebrating. You're another year older, another year wiser, another year closer to death.
Well, there you go. Happy fucking birthday. Happy birthday to you.
There'll be a bleep in that, don't you worry.
Sorry, Zuckerberg. No.
Sure, look, it's something to celebrate once a year, I suppose.
Exactly. You're looking at the daisies from the right angle. You're not looking at them from the bottom end. You're doing all right. Yeah, so Carl, auction news.
Auction news, absolutely, yeah. So we're just at the end of the month. So we've had quite a few auctions in the last while. And there's been a few different ones now. There's some ups, some downs.
Yeah.
Some brand new whiskey. So.
Well, put it like this: there's so many brand new ones coming out in the last couple of weeks. It's like
difficult to keep track.
It is difficult to keep track, and also, I think that's now getting to the point where it's forcing people. There was a time when it was kind of you could probably buy pretty much all the new releases, and it wasn't that expensive to do. But now there's a whole slew of them just coming where it's like.
Well, I've actually got a barcode from UPS on my front door now.
Or your front door?
Yeah.
What is that?
Just so as you can scan it when he drops off here. Does it confirm he's dropped it off?
No way.
I don't really, but it's getting that bad. I don't really, but it's getting that bad.
I didn't use your patent that.
I'm just going to have a little one of these. This is Moffat Eagle Festival special bottling because we're going to be doing a wee tasting of it on Saturday night. So Nick from it sent me a question the other day. Do you still have some of that? I said, only bought it last week. He says, I'm just checking. I was like, I might drink a lot, but I'm not that bad, Kurt. Or not bad, you know. It's not my birthday. Oh no. Right, so what's first up, Kurt?
So first up, we're gonna look at the Jameson Crested 8 degree Devil's Ladder. So this was a collaboration that Jameson started to do because Irish distillers bought 8th Degree.
Yeah.
So they brought out 2 different ones. So this is the second in the collaboration. So the first one was the Black Ball Stout. So that was initially brought out. Grand, people were buying it. They didn't know that it was going to be a series.
Yeah.
And then this one was brought in, so it was definitely kind of cemented. So somewhat like the Castmate series. So I do think that there's going to be a few more of these. Don't know how many more, but it's one to even it's cheap enough to get into. For a collection, and they look really nice. As well.
They do. The design of them's pretty sharp. And it's nice. I know there's lots of people say, "Oh, you should just buy whiskey and open it and drink it," but it's nice to have a collection of stuff, and people like collecting stuff, and it's nice to have that. If you have a bit of a man cave or something, have it all nice, and it's fairly reasonably priced.
It is. So this retailed at €50, and so did the other. So it kind of sticks at that. Which is a nice price point. It's a good enough price point. If you buy it to drink, you won't be disappointed. Yeah. And if you buy it for investment, it could pull off, but you'll still have something nice to drink at the end of it.
Yeah, and it's not breaking the bank. It's a bit of a if you're on a reason, if you're in a very sort of tight budget and you want something nice, it looks the part, and it's a collectible in some ways too. So yeah, I am all for this. I think this is to be commended for lots of the ones for bringing out collections that people can afford to buy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So this one, it started out at a high enough price point. It was up at kind of 100, 110 mark, and I think that was just down to the fact that it was new. You couldn't really see it in the shops. So people who were bidding on it may have been from overseas or a little bit impatient. Just were straight in and got it. Quickly dropped down. Averaging at like €40, €45 thereabouts. So it was around retail. And in this last auction, in Irish whiskey auctions, it went for 70. So I mean, you can still get it in some areas, in some shops, and I think the distillery shop still has some. So it's definitely one, I think, to even if you buy one or you buy two, put one away. I think it's one to kind of keep an eye on.
I think you're right. I think it's probably it ticks a lot of boxes in terms of a collectible. So yeah, it's never going to be worth hundreds of thousands, but it's always going to be a nice thing to have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So now where are we going now, Carlin?
So for the next one, I believe we are going down to the Academy edition number 3. So this one was actually only released in the last, I think maybe 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. So Middleton had been doing an Academy edition bottle for their Middleton Academy course that they have down in Middleton. Now, obviously, it was closed with COVID, but they started doing it online now. So they send everything out to the person, and they log on online and complete the course. And as part of that, you can opt to buy the bottle. I think the bottle is $250 additional. So it's we can look at the historical data for the other academies, but like this one, as its first showing, it's a very strong showing. I do love the glass, I have to say.
Well, I still have my bottle number 1.
Oh, do you? Brilliant.
Yeah, I still have that. I was tempted to open it one night, never bothered, and I was tempted to sell it one time, and never bothered, so I still have it. The sort of sentimental reasons are probably just to keep it,
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, like there's a lot to be said about something that's sentimental.
Yeah, well, this is it, Someday I might open it. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Maybe I'll complete the set in the end.
If ever Lordship's money, I might. You never know. If I have Justin's money, I might.
Boy.
But yeah, so this one again comes with the lovely Hessian sack that they got rid of for Dreamcast, to the disappointment of many. This time comes with an Academy glass, which I think is a nice touch.
It is, yeah.
But for I think
Looks the part. Looks the part.
Oh, it does. It looks. It's actually a wee velvet bag. It's a really nice little thing. It's whenever I went down and done the course, and thankfully my former employer Michelin paid for it, so I got it for free.
Oh, lovely.
Even better. So I went down and done the course, and they give you the bottle with it at that point. So I thought it's just a nice thing to have, you know. Yeah. So what sort of money are the? I know this is the third incarnation of this. So there's 2 and 3, 1 and 2. So what way are they going?
Up and down all over the place there, by the looks of it.
Yeah, so 1 and 2, they've had it their ups and downs as all bottles have. You can kind of see from number 1, it's nearly at a similar price point when it started back in 2017, 2018. So it was nearly up at the 400 mark, and it kind of stayed around there for about a year, and then it dropped off to 200, 250, then it spiked, went back down and kind of spiked.
Yeah.
But overall, in the average, you're looking at about 350.
Yeah.
You know, you'd pick up a bottle for 350 thereabouts. So
well, I think there's so many people collect the MVR because it's got that year stamp to it. But I think if you're going to start collecting Middleton, there's lots of little ones on the sideline that are actually quite affordable. The Academy blends, the single casks. A lot of the single casks are reasonable priced. You know, you're going to go and spend £800 on, an MVR 2016 or whatever it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's like single cask for La Maison de Whisky, which is it's half that price. You know, so you know, I think a lot of the single cask stuff's probably a little bit cheap, really.
Well, number 2 has been flatlining, but hasn't it here, Carl?
It has, yeah. So again, this one kind of followed a similar trajectory in terms of, you know, it started up quite high, it was the 360 mark, went up to 440, and then dropped way down to below 250. But it has flatlined in recent times. It took a little bit of a spike up to the 325, 330 back in June. But now it's kind of settled back down at the 325 mark. So if these are anything to go by when we start seeing these crop up, we should see it go down to maybe 275, and then kind of settle out at about 300. And then it'd be, you know, number 1 350, 2 325, number 3 300, which I think is quite likely.
But I mean that in terms of Middleton, it's actually, I mean, it's a fairly reasonable price for Middleton if you want to start collecting again. It's a nice one to get, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you see in there, the presentation is nice. Now, in saying that, a lot of people inadvertently put the Academy with the housewarming as a collection. So they'd have the Academy 1, 2, and the housewarming. Yeah. The housewarming is gone for mad money at this stage. That was one of the last. It was the bottle that was the changeover between Barry Crockett and Brian Nation.
Yeah.
So definitely a sought after bottle.
well, at least, you know, demand's going up and down. It's moving about all over the place like that there. But what happens when you get a bottle that just does that?
Yeah. This one was a sad one to look at.
For somebody selling it, it was a very sad one to look at.
Very, very, very sad for the person that was selling it. So this is the JJ Corrie, the 27-year-old, the Chosen. Mm-hmm. So we actually we did this on the auction review back in March, and it went for €6,500. So it was just at the retail price. This time around, unfortunately, did not reach that. It was €1,000 less, so it went for €5,460 was the hammer price.
Wow. That's
which is strange. Like, I don't know what's going on there, because in the last month, even the last 2 months, when the last 2 auction spotlights that we had, we were talking about JJ Corrie, and it's making some sort of a resurgence. You know, it was going back up. It was going back up 15-20%, and
it's a strange one. I think people are probably thinking there's other things that I could put my money to.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, does JJ Corey's name have enough to carry it on? You know, it's not. It's maybe brand recognition's probably affected it a little bit. You know.
Yeah, that's always been the question, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like when it was brought out, it was one of the oldest Irish whiskey that was brought out. Now you have the likes of Bushmills. You have their 28-year-old, the 30-year-old, the new 32-year-old.
Yeah.
€920. So,
yeah, I mean,
you don't know anybody that lives in France, do you?
Bonjour, madame. Mais oui. Bonnet de douche.
Justin. Oh boy. Oh, Marty, listen. There's some things that we don't need to analyze to discover that there's something strange going on. What about this one, Marty? What about this one?
I was watching the auction and I saw this, and I actually messaged Carl. I just thought, we're never going to run out of idiots in the world. They're just not. We're not going to have a collection because there's a scarcity of them. Carl, this was probably the best investment possible. No, it had a damaged label front and back, by the way. You can buy it for like £15 in the shop, and yet you can get a 300% return even though the label's damaged.
Oh boy,
unbelievable. I mean, you do think yourself, what were these people? What are people? Filling their money's easy part of it.
I think people think it's the original Coleraine. They must do.
Yeah.
But like, if they think that they're getting, I mean, did they not take a trip to like Tesco's? Just go into Tesco's and think to themselves, "Oh, we can make a fortune. We're going to have case after case of that crappy Coleraine.
We'll be millionaires."
You know, the 34-year-old Coleraine, one of the real classics of Irish whiskey. And if anybody can get a bottle of the 34-year-old Coleraine, I'm just going to tell you now. I think the last time maybe that was auctioned was it's like £1,500 or €1,500 thereabouts, somewhere around that region. If you can get a bottle of that for that kind of money and you can afford to buy it, do. Because it's an absolute classic that in a few years' time will be worth an awful lot more than that. But if you want to go and buy loads and loads and loads of Coleraine from Tesco Express, bung them up. Take them down to Anthony at Irish Whiskey Auctions. Other auction sites are available. Anthony will probably throw them at you, if I'm honest.
Slap you over the head with it, I'd say.
Well, it's been great having you on, Carl. We'll let you enjoy your party. Have a wee drink, and don't forget to bring your COVID card so that you can get in and have a drink. Because I made the mistake at the Man of War pub tonight, and they wouldn't serve me because I didn't have my COVID card with me, and I normally always do have it with me. So not only are you talking about it on the internet, I'm going to talk about it in the radio as well.
No. Carl, enjoy your birthday, buddy. Enjoy your birthday, and stay safe, and we'll catch up with you again.
There we go.
You can tell Justin's a wee bit annoyed at the pub, boys.
Well, I know that. I had to go to the Parsons Nose in Hillsborough instead, but it was equally as good. Yeah, they served me. No, very interesting insights there, Marty.
Happy birthday, Carl, by the way. I do apologise for swearing, but whenever you were like, well, you're another year closer to death. Cheery as anything. You know? I do apologise for swearing. Now, hopefully the winners got the Moffat blend that was sent out by Nick and Aaron from the Dark Sky Spirit. With mine poured. Now, I haven't tried this.
Charge your glasses.
Now, this is a blend of malt, okay? So there's no grain whiskey in it. It's a blend of malts from various sources, 40%. Amontillado sherry cask finish. And the tasting notes say, let me see, because I've copied these down. Tasting notes: on the nose, hot cross buns, marzipan, oak, leather, tropical fruit. On the palate, cereal, dried fruit, nutmeg, almond, citrus, vanilla. And then the finish is warm, sweet fruit cake. So there you go. So
lovely on the nose. Lovely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice nose. It's actually
yeah.
quite complex.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's got it's got a lot of sweetness on the nose, but it's not that sort of saccharine sweet. The sweetness is very, very level, very sort of balanced, and there is it has that sherry cask earthiness. You know that earthiness we talked about one time before. It's got a touch of that. Sort of, it's almost like musty wood, but it's a nice note. You know, like whenever you crack open a hazelnut, and you have that sort of surface on the hazelnut where you've got that sort of nutty, woody note, and then you bite into it, it's a different taste.
You haven't seen me at Halloween trying to crack open a hazelnut. I'm like a man possessed, actually smashing it like this here, smashing it. They don't open easy, do you? I wish it was a squirrel. I seen a lovely red squirrel today, actually.
I'd love to see you burying your nuts.
We'll be getting struck off. No, you wouldn't.
Squirrels bury their nuts for the winter.
All right. No.
Yeah. That's nice on the palate, or it's nice on the nose. Yeah.
It is.
Lovely. Dried fruit. Lots of cereal there, actually. There's lots of cereal. Kind of baked on it, but there's a citrus sharpness coming through there. That's nice.
Lots of good comments coming up in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Cassidy saying, thanks, guys. Yep. Mark Kerr saying, yep, to hot cross buns. Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a barnbrack tonight. Barnbrack comes to mind. Yep. Trevor Watson saying, you're very good with words, Marty. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Darren Barney Milligan saying, marzipan.
I'm not getting much almond, no.
Maybe a bit. And yes, hot cross buns, says William. And also Mark Kerr, after he charges his glass, it said scrummy on the palate.
It's got a nice mouthfeel too, which always gives it a nice sort of richness. On the finish, quite sweet. Now down there, taste the notes. It says fruit cake. No, I wouldn't necessarily say fruit cake.
Fruit loaf, like hot cross buns and barnbrack are sort of the same sort of thing. As long as they don't have peel in it, they're lovely.
Yeah, well, I'm not getting on the finish. I'm not really getting as much sort of baked goods as you guys seem to be getting. For me, it's a little bit more barley sugary on the note on the finish. That's there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a nice, well crafted, rounded, good whiskey. Yeah, there's not much wrong with that.
What are they doing? Only one barrel a day or something like that? What did they say?
No, that's what they said the distillery is going to be doing. This is a source that's brought in. Yeah.
How are they getting on? They plan to open by next Easter, don't they? Something like that, yeah? That's what it looks like.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's the artist impression.
Oh, no, that you see, if you leave it a wee second, there's actually a wee cinnamony note appears in that. Yeah. Oh no, that there's nothing wrong with that. Now, people got one of these as well. It's only a wee 10ml sample of the Eagle Festival, which Mark says he's going to buy a bottle of the Moffat. Good man. This is the Moffat Eagle Festival bottle. I bought a bottle of this so I can support the Eagles. And then this is a 15-year-old blended malt again for £55. And you're helping charity. So I thoroughly recommend it. Now, the notes for this says it's Christmas cake in a glass. It's definitely got a baked sweetness that lifts it up. Again, another little touch of citrus coming through there too. It has that caramelized caramelized, baked goods. Almost the crust of it. Nice.
That's sharp. That's sharper to my nose. That is.
Oh, that's nice. Whenever Nick said, "Have I got any of it left?" Yes, I've quite a lot. That's £55, 15-year-old blended malt, well crafted, really nice. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Finish. Yeah. Lovely finish. Again, nice deep, nice fruits to it. Honey coming in. Little shot of lemon juice coming through. It's not there's a citrus note coming through, but it's not zest or the pith. It's actually the juice itself coming through. Pounds through. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I tell you, I bought this because anyone that knows me knows I love raptors. I love the birds of prey. They're amazing things. And I thought, I'll buy this. It helps support this charity. I get a drink out of it. But it's a really, really well crafted whiskey, and one that you wouldn't mind getting. A wee fly beside it that's coming home.
Yeah, fruit flies are everywhere. I had to change glasses because one was after my whiskey.
So, what do we think of the Moffat? Thumbs up. Everybody seems to be enjoying it.
Well, I'm a bit perturbed at this because there's normally somebody is critical of it. Because listen, but nobody's being critical of it tonight. Nobody is being critical of it tonight, which is pretty darn unusual.
And the thing is, it's the same as everything else. You can't please everybody. There's no point in trying to please everybody because you're always going to be let down. But that's William saying 55. You want well spent? I want that. Go on to the website.
Get you in the camper van and get over to Scotland. Nick allows you in. Go on over. Mark Kerr says he loves it. Get you over in the camper van too.
But go to darkskysspirits.com and you can pick up both of these. They do another range of stuff as well. There's a few different releases. Their distillery is being built, and they're making a family-friendly distillery. So yeah, I'd love to see that. But yeah.
So yeah, funny enough, Trevor saying I would put the first one first. Yes, the malt I would. Yeah. I would put it first, but there's
you ain't going wrong with either of them. Yeah, you wouldn't go wrong with either of those. And as I say, there's a couple.
Although this is that one there, the Eagle Festival has been sitting out longer now, and it's kind of on the nose now.
But yeah,
good. Yeah,
well, I'm glad.
Saying he likes the 15-year-old syrup. Peter Stewart saying he didn't get a sample. Was he on the list? Did he make the list this time, Peter Stewart? Did he? Can you remember, Marty?
No, I don't know. I can't remember.
Can't remember. They were a bit slow in coming, Peter. They were a bit slow in coming. But treat yourself if you haven't. It'll be money well spent.
Well, all I will say is I bought this a wee while ago. I got a bit of a bargain. Now, this is finished in Amontillado sherry cask, and I got this the other day. And it's always nice to try these. If you something's finished and something else, you pick up a bottle of sherry.
Compare and contrast.
You get these sort of notes. So I got this the other day. Now, I couldn't believe it. This is a
Hold on, they put this in full screen. What do you see? Look at that there.
This is a 30-year-old bottle of Jerez Amontillado sherry. And I picked this up the other day for something £22. It was you'd have been insane not to buy it. So there's a wee drop of that in there. Now this is obviously 30-year-old, so there's a lot of age to it, and the colour of it. Hang on, bring it up. See the colour? Right, it's a sherry, and you give that a little nose, and then give it a little second to let your sense of sort of settle down, and see if you're getting any sort of similar notes. And you can.
I tried that the other night, and that was delicious, Marty. It reminded me of those herbal sweets you get, Riccolo from Switzerland, the elderflower original ones, and it's something else. It's a sherry like no other sherry.
Well, the thing is, you can pick these sort of sherry bottles up for not very much money, and it's good if you're interested in sort of developing your palate and developing your whiskey appreciation or whatever. Pick up a bottle of sherry every once in a while. Pick up a PX, pick up a Fino, pick up an Amontillado, and then you have these sort of reference points. As I say, this for a 30-year-old, something that's aged 30 years in a cask, and you're picking it up for 20 quid. It's an absolute no-brainer. And if you do that, and then get your reference points from that, and there are little notes that pop up with something similar,
Yeah. Well, we like people when they come on and they say the Moffat's ordered. There you go. There's Mark Kerr saying the Moffat's ordered.
Good man. As I say,
yeah.
I mean, if you do get it, people the likes of Nick and Aaron, let them know that you like the stuff. They'll see this and so on and so forth. But even whenever you've ordered it, and tell them, just send them an email and tell them, look, really like what you've done. I think that's really good. I like that, and I like what they've done. I like what they're doing, and they're nice people.
Yep. Thank to them for that. I mean,
thanks very much, guys. Much appreciated. Anything on hand for a Halloween show?
Yes, which begs the question. We're gonna do it. It's not Halloween. It's closer to Christmas. We're doing a very special one live from somewhere, but we'll reveal more closer to the time.
We have a lot. We have stuff coming up. Me and Justin's going on a wee sojourn away to thing. He's possibly we're doing a wee
possibly,
and then I'm working for a couple of weeks and so on and so forth. So we'll get stuff or something sorted out and organised.
But there'll be a show every week. Don't you worry. The shows are going to continue every week.
The shows are going to continue.
And we'll try to do the podcast every Wednesday as well. But we'll get caught up over there's Mark Kerr saying he's going to be in Glenariff for Halloween. There we go.
I was in Glenariff a few weeks ago. I love showing this. Bear with me to get this on my phone, because there was a bunch of guys came over off a cruise ship, and the tour was down to Glenariff, and we were going down. We left Belfast, and the sky, it was a wee bit cloudy, and then we got to Glenariff, and I took them up to the viewpoint in Glenariff, and this was the magnificent view that we got.
Right.
I was telling them, you can see the pyramids on a clear day, and the Taj Mahal's over there and stuff. Honestly, that was the view that they got. That was it. It was just hilarious. But they enjoyed it anyway. I made a bit of fun of it.
There you go. There's Michael Matthews saying, "Going to scare the bejesus out of a blind taste of proper 12." LOL. There you go.
No, put it like this: proper 12. There's a petrol shortage. There's not a petrol shortage actually, but there's a petrol shortage because people are panic buying it because they think there's a shortage. I think what they should do is try and run the car on proper 12, because it's probably good enough to do it. So I saw someone mention about the Bush Mills. That's one
Bush
of
Mills new bottle. Was that we're asking about? Was it? Yeah. I think it was about the Bush Mills new bottle. It's just slightly different with the signature on it. Yeah.
Oh,
have you seen the new Bush Mills bottle?
Oh, that's for the Bushmills 10. I don't think it's hit the shelves over here yet. The Bushmills 10, it's got a new design on it. I saw it, but I haven't seen it on the shelves. So
there you go.
I don't know. Right.
There's Frank Heron. We'll let him have the last word tonight. Both of those are rather nice. Lovely finish on them. Yes, definitely. Thanks to the Moffat Dark Skies Spirits for that. What's on the show next?
Keep an eye out, because they are building a distillery and it's going to be opening next year, just south of Glasgow. So, yeah, good on them. Well done. Really like this. Really like this. Like the fact they're doing the charity work too. Family-friendly distillery. Excellent stuff.
What's on the show next week, Marty?
Not 100% sure yet, Justin.
Yes, you do. You told me. We're not allowed to tell them, no?
No, because I'm not, I'm not 100% sure. Because it always goes a wee bit wonky during the week. There was supposed to be something different on tonight, and it just went a wee bit veered off. But
I know. I think everybody's heading out of lockdown, and they're going out when they have a chance to go out, and that's it. But still, a lot of people watching this. You've got in excess of 2,000 people watching it more or less live every week, 10 p.m. Tell your friends on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and wherever you get your podcasts from. This has been Irish Whiskey Review. We are live 10 p.m. on Saturday nights, and there's a Michael Matthews saying thanks again.
Thanks, guys, for watching.